Cecilia from Scrapbook in Cecilia, and in today's tutorial I'm going to make a home decor piece using this gorgeous paper collection Imagine by Graphic 45, and my idea is to alter a frame, cheap frame actually. I just got this from the Dollar Tree here in town, and this is for, well, the measurement, it's 9 1/8 of an inch by 11 1/8 of an inch, the total measurement of the frame. But for the picture we have 7 1/4 by 9 1/4, so we can play a lot here. And my idea, of course, it's because this paper collection, it's just stunning with the balloons in this house and everything we can see here. I am going to make a balloon here and some decoration. And first, let me tell you what else I'm going to use. Some waxes. This is vintage gold and bronze age, and I use pre-made already some of these pipes. I'm going to show you that this clock, and I use air dry clay, and then I just paint on top of all my pieces with chocolate acrylic paint, and then I just dab with my finger with the bronze age first, and then on top I use vintage gold in all the pieces. You can see here all of these pieces. Also, I have these pre-made flowers, which I did. You can see here the shape. It's some fabric, and I just cut by hand, making my own molds. And then I just use some light here to burn the edges, and then they have this shape, and I just stick all the petals on top of each one with my hot gun glue. Okay, so also I'm going to use some embellishments, some pieces of fabric. I think that's why I prepare everything. I ink some laces in soft colors, as this blue, this pink, and this brownish color. And I fussy cut in advance some of these roses, a bunch of butterflies, and this teapot, and the words Imagine, and where is the other one here, Believe. And I cut some leaves as well to use them with my flowers. And I'm going to use probably some mini sequins in gold and this cream color. Now let me tell you and some chain to follow with this filling, steampunk filling. I just got this from Home Depot here in my local store, and we can cut it and use them to decorate a little bit. First, let me show you quickly this beautiful paper collection. This is the signature sheet, and I cut my butterflies from this corner, as you can see. All these strips sheet I cut apart, and I love this one especially with the colors. That's why I decided to ink some ribbon in that color. And from this one I use the two words that I told you, and I just fussy cut them. Okay, and here you can see I cut some of the roses and the teapot. Okay, and I'm going to use this for my back because it's just beautiful. Roses, so beautiful paper collection. This is the sheet, and this deluxe collector edition has 3 sheets of each one of the designs. Really, really pretty. Here, and of course I want to cut some of this because it's so beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I think that I'm going to fussy cut this house to put it in my bag as well. So pretty. And we have the sticker sheets. Okay, the papers that I choose are Create Yourself, which I already cut, and I'm going to show you how to score them. Futuristic Fantasy, which I fussy cut prior, so I already marked here one in my second balloon. Also, this was from the fussy cutting, and this is Spread Your Wings. Here you can see. And when you draw your template here, remember to mark where is the scoring line, because that's going to be easier later to do it. And the last one, it's Beautiful Dreamer. Okay, and I am going to make for now 2 of each one. So I'm going to finish cutting this, and remember, when you finish cutting your pieces, you need to erase the pencil mark. I just use my ruler. If you want to use your scoring board, it's going to be easier as well. Just mark and join both scoring lines, and then it's easier to find here the center. At the end, if we need to cut a little bit, we can do it. Okay, that's not a problem, but always remember to erase all the pencil marks. If you want to ink the edges, it's perfectly fine. If you want to leave your edges just like that, it's also perfectly fine. What I am going to do is to use my vintage gold wax just to ink in this way. I got a little bit, and I am just going to use it in this way in all the edges, just to add more interest to my project. Okay, but you can use any ink, of course, or leave it like it is. Okay, I personally love it in this way, and I'm going to do this in both sides. Okay, I already finished all my pieces, and now you can see here I inked all the edges in both sides, inside and outside. Okay, now what we are going to do is add glue in the top and in the bottom, and now we will be joining in this way. We need to repeat this with all the pieces. Now the next step is to add glue here in the center. Okay, I'm going to try to align it here, and then I am just going to follow the same line. Just let them rest a little bit. Now I want to tell you which balloons I fussy cut, and this was from the cut part cards. I fussy cut all of this gorgeous house in my balloons, but because we have so many tiny pieces, what I did is added some acetate on the back. When the acetate is dried, I just double make my cuts all around, because in this way it's going to be more secure, okay, my paper. So that's what I did in advance. And I also cut this from the same sheet, this and my 3 stamps that I really love. I want to wait a little bit to that piece dry. Now let me tell you, I choose this paper from Castles in the Air, and I love it because it's like clouds in the back of the polka dots, okay? And this piece measure 7 3/4 by 9 3/4, but that's in for my frame. What I did is I measure this piece, okay? Now we need to remove here, and now we can remove, this is acetate, it's not a glass, so that's the acetate that I use, leftover pieces from another project or from the packaging, okay? Now this is going to be here, and we are going to work with and I want to add some space here for a picture. Okay, now to make the basket, I'm going to use a piece of this paper that measures 4.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to score at 3/4 in the 4.5 size on top, okay? 3/4, 1.5, 3, and 3 3/4. Now I turn the paper in this way, and I have my 3.5 on the top, and again I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch, 1.5, 2, and 2 3/4. Okay, so now I know it's not easy to see, but okay, I'm going to fold my pieces, all my scoring lines, because it's going to be easier. To show you my idea. Okay, this is my long side. Okay, I have here 3.25 and 3.25, 1.5, 3.25, and 3.25. Okay, I'm going to cut here where I have my 3.25 through the second scoring line. You see, 1 and 2. Now I am going to repeat the same here. Now in the opposite side I will do it again. All right, now I'm going to remove here, and now here here to make a tiny flaps here. We don't need this to be too long. And again, I'm cutting here in an angle as well as here. Okay, now we need to repeat this in this. Now, just to be sure that everything fits, I'm going to remove a little bit. It's almost 1 hair thickness. Okay, so now we can assemble our basket, and the first thing we need to do is attach the flaps. Okay, probably I need to remove a little bit here and here, just to help this fit easily. And yes, I'm going to remove a little bit my sides, and probably here as well. I don't need this that long because we are going to make some decoration there. So and here we have our little basket. Okay, I am just going to add some wax. Okay, let's make this project already. And this is a piece of paper that measured 3¼ by 4¼ and I just added a chipboard on the back. Okay, that's all that I did. And now we can, because first I need to see where is my photo going to be. Okay, my balloon, I'm planning to put it like here, so I want this like here, about 3/4 from the side and about 1 from the bottom. Yes, so we need to stick this, and I like the idea to start adding my big pieces first. Okay, now to attach this, because here I have my glue in the center, so I'm going to use my glue on the top and on the bottom. Again, here we need to add the glue in the top and in the bottom. Let's add the glue. Probably this is not going to be perfectly stick in this side because the frame shape, but it's okay. And yes, I'm going to add some glue here as well. Okay, now remember that I cut this. Well, this is going to be in the top just in case. this here, but here it's what I want to add some chain in the basket with is this one. Okay, so I am just going to try to align it with these sides. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's going to look better if we try to align it the best that we can. Okay, so now I'm going to measure, and probably I want to attach them. I will try to use this glue, but I think that I need also here. In the front, I love it in the front, but we need to add a little bit more here. Yes, with 3 of these. Okay, I am just going to add my blue. Before I add this, I think that I am going to add some glue here, hot glue. I use the other glue here, but I want to secure it in the bottom here. Of course, we are going to use flowers and stuffs here to cover that. Okay, and now I'm going to add my glue here in the front, but not in this point. I cannot use that. Okay, I am going to try to use it here, but it's important to use some tweezers or something. Okay, I like it. I really, really like it. Now, first, I want to make a tiny hinge here, or a scoring line, just to calculate my next scoring line. It's going to be here, and now I can remove the rest. Okay, and I'm going to use this glue in my tiny flaps, some glue here, and now Okay, I was testing how I want to make my arrangements, but first I am going to add this piece here just to have a better finished look there. Okay, just hold it for a moment. This glue dries really quickly, so for the butterflies, what I am doing is adding in the back pieces of wire, as you can see here, as the antennas. But for example, this one, I think that I need to roll this up more. Yes, I like it more in this way. You can see here, well, this is not the easiest way, but I am going to show you how I did it. Now this is much better. Okay, I just cut 2 pieces of wire, something like this. I am not taking any measurement here, just calculate, because we are going to roll this up here. So just do this, hold this side, and when you finish, you will have this. Now let's make the other one. Okay, and now I am prepared with a piece of the paper, and I think, how is this? How is this? Yes, I think it's going, they need to be here. Okay, so I'm going to put one and my second one here, and then I use my paper to cover in the back and hold the wire. Okay, and of course we need to clean all these spider webs. And now here we have this. Okay, and I have all of my butterflies ready. Okay, this is ready, and well, it's not easy to see it in this way. Let me tell you something. I completely forgot to add this chain here and here, and this one, this piece was easy to remove carefully, of course, because then I'm going to stick this in the same place. So I made my holes and put the jump rings with the chain. But here I just use some of the heavy duty glue, and this is a stick here on the top, and that's it. And I added some of my tiny sequins, but if you don't want to add sequins or anything else, it's perfectly okay. I am really happy with the result. Of course, here we have some space to add a picture. If I can find one, for example, well, this, of course, it's important to size this down to put any picture here, okay? But you can see it's going to look so nice, and I want this for me. I really love this paper collection. It's amazing, this paper collection. And well, that's it, guys. Thank you for so much for joining me. And please, if you made something inspired by this frame, don't forget to tag Graphic 45 or tag me, because we would love to see how you make your own. So thank you so much. Bye bye.